Hi, domainers. I am Koray from Turkey, and I have two precious guests today. One is the best broker in the universe, the man behind blockchain AI and AI TV nowadays, the secret Totti, Arif Şengören. And the other guest is Abdulbasit Makrani, one of respectable domainers, and have, did I spell right, 5,000 domains
Yes.
in his portfolio. Welcome.
11,000.
11, not
5,000.
5.
Five, not five.
11,000.
No, 11,000.
11,000. Oh my God. Welcome,
Yeah.
guys. How are you? And we have a
Thank you
cat.
so much.
You
Yeah,
get?
okay.
Okay. Sorry. All good, Koray. Thanks for having us. This is going to be our first English YouTube video, I guess.
Yes, in Domain
I
Doktoru.
hope it will go well. Abdulbasit, hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Arif.
I
We've
am
been
in
doing this
Domain
with
Doktoru headquarters.
ah,
Our sponsor is Secret Brokerage. This is a joke between Arif and I. I am spending Arif's money for a New York apartment, our headquarters.
so yeah,
Abdulbasit, I want to begin with you first. How did
Okay.
you how did you start domaining business? I looked your domain blog, abdulbasit.com. You write there nearly
Yeah.
500 writings. I didn't know. I inspected some of them. I think you start at 2012, right? Nearly
Yeah,
30 years.
I started writing blog in 2012. Yeah.
How did you start domaining? How did you begin this work, this business?
Uh, I actually came to know about this business in you can say early 2000 from my father, who was keep pushing me to come into domain investing. Although he never came into domain business, but he was just buying domains for himself for developing websites. But he knew about domain investing is some kind of a business which people are doing. So he was keep pushing me at that time, and I was a young teenager, and I was not interested in doing this business at all. So I started with one domain. I bought my first domain in late 2004, which I still have it, traders.cc.
traders.cc.
Uh, yeah.
You
Was
look
that
younger.
So
How old are you?
I'm going to be 40 next year.
Oh, that's cool. Same age we are. Arif is younger than
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, dot .cc was a
Yeah.
thing at that time? It's
Yeah.
that old extension?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it. I think it is launched in 90s, late 90s. This
Okay.
extension.
Okay, I didn't know that.
After one
So I
domain,
first bought this domain in late
how you
2004.
decide this will be a
After one
profitable
domain,
job?
after that I gave a long gap. I was not interested. I started developing website.
Okay.
Then I slowly came across namepros.com, and then DN Journal also my father shared with me, where I was going through the weekly reported sales every week, which slowly gained my interest, and then I started buying domains as a full-time domain investor since 2010.
Okay.
So after 6 years of gap.
You are a lucky man because, as I understand, your father pushed you to domain
Yeah,
industry, right?
yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah.
cool. And Arif, how did you start this domain business? How did you become a universal broker?
It's pure luck, man. I'm gonna try to make it short because it's a quite long story. So I was doing my masters, and at the same time, I had to make money because you're a, as a teenager, you gotta make money, especially if you're a man, right? So I was looking for a job, and there was this company in Turkey called noktadomains.com, and I had two friends there working. One of them was software developer, and the other friend of mine called her name is Merve. She's still in domain business, so they told me that there's an open position in sales and I should apply. I applied after like a few interviews. I got in, and same year I dropped my master's because, dude, get out. Same time, at the same year, I dropped my master's and fully focused in domains. Actually, selling domains. We were mostly selling, you know, we were in mostly selling rather than buying. But after a few years, we started buying as well. I worked there 5 years, and then I got laid out. I don't know the reasons, mostly like economic stuff. And then, you know, in 2015, I was like, okay, I've worked in a niche called domains. Nobody does that in Turkey. So I was like, what I'm gonna do? And then I was like searching job openings. It's hard for us to land a job outside of the country because visa stuff, blah blah blah. And then I saw domain name sales. They were looking for sales guys, brokers. So I applied. Luckily, I knew some people there. I personally emailed them as well, like explained the situation, what I did, blah blah blah. And then few interviews. I got in. 4 years, I got laid off again. That is like a different story that needs to be explained or told. Not this show, but maybe later. And then, two layoffs, I decided to, do it by myself.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been 6 years. I'm working for myself as a broker. Like 99% I acquire domains rather than selling. And yeah, here I am.
Uh,
At the moment.
you both do this job as a primary, right? I am a
Yeah.
hobby domainer. I am buying and
Okay.
selling, not my life. I don't gain money for my life. Another job,
Mm.
but you two doing this as a primary job, right?
Yes, I am doing as a full-time business.
Uh, Arif, you too,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
me too, me too. I got some, other uh, small businesses, but yeah, this is my full-time job.
Okay, Abdulbasit, I want to ask a question for you. Uh,
Yeah.
you start working with domains at 2010, right? Primarily.
Yeah, full-time. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, and past and future and now. How do you see the domain industry now? What
Before when
changed?
I started, in the last 15 years, I think before there were not many awareness among end users, so it was very difficult to sell domains when I started. It was very slow. Even I was having a few thousands of domains, 3,000, but the sales was very slow. But still, I was doing this business. I was actually living in Pakistan, so the cost of living in Pakistan was at that time very less. Also, there were no taxes to be paid on domain income. So whatever domain I was selling, so I was able to save some money and reinvest back. But nowadays, if I see as compared to the past, there's a lot of awareness among end users. So it's pretty easy to sell domains in today's world as compared to 10 years or 15 years back.
Interesting fact. People thinks all times, domaining is very easier than nowadays. You say the opposite.
Yeah, because I have gone through this 15 years, so I can say through my experience, it was very difficult at that time. I had to do outbound marketing for selling my domains, but since late 2017, I have stopped doing outbound marketing. So it's been like 8 years. 8 years I have stopped sending emails for selling my domains.
Okay, I understand. Arif, what do you think? Past and nowadays, which time zone is easier? Past or now?
Well, past was, I believe, a lot easier when it comes to buying because the competition
For
was
buying. Yes.
way smaller than this one. You see
Yeah.
every day on X, Twitter, whatever, lots of people, trying to snap good domains, register them from auctions, etc. But like 10 years ago, the competition wasn't huge as of
Mm.
today. So I believe buying was way easier in the past, but today I'm not gonna say easier, but as the awareness of having domains and having premium domains go up, it is easier to sell, but if you have a good domain to sell, you know what I mean? You're not gonna sell crap. You weren't selling
Yeah.
crap at that time. You're not gonna sell crap, from now on. But the potential number of people and businesses who need to have a decent name went up. So, like Abdulbasit said, if you have a good domain name, the chances of selling are way easier today comparing the past.
For beginners,
Yeah,
I
like
want to ask you.
Arif said that buying was easier, which I totally agree with him. It was really easy. The buying part was easy because there was less competition, less people were there. Also, when we were giving back orders, we were getting the domains by ourselves. There was not much competition, but selling part was difficult. Now it is more easier because more buyers are aware, so we can sell it. But of course, like he said, if you have a very bad domain, then you cannot sell in the past also. You cannot sell now also. So for the crap domain, the status remains the same.
I want to ask both of you a question about for beginner domains, domain beginners. How do you choose a domain from a drop website or aftermarket? You saw a domain every day, drop catch, have a list of lots of dropping domains. How do you choose from there? What are your criteria?
Arif, are you going first?
Uh, yeah, sure. Man, I believe, yeah, if you have like basic knowledge about domains, the most important thing, the most important thing is to put your emotions aside. I As a broker, if someone wants me to build a portfolio for them, I can like easily build a decent portfolio with the lowest price possible easily. But if that's me, if I wanted to make a portfolio for myself, it's gonna be way more tough for me because I'm not an investor. I buy and sell on behalf of the people. That is, since there are no emotions in that case, I'm more used to it. But
Mm.
like in basic, considering you have like basic knowledge about what the domains are, what people buy and sell, it is pretty easy. What I mean, like as of criteria, I would say I would mostly buy .coms, .ais, maybe .ios, but like 90% of .coms, only English. I would say
Mm.
what one words are tough. I know 2 words, 3 words. I'm not sure. I would avoid 3 words. What else? I like brandables, but I don't like super brandables. It needs to at least give a signature of, representing something as a domain name, not just super brandables are not for me. I'm not good at them. I checked the number of, other TLDs. I checked Google search results. I check AdWords, not AdWords, keyword tool to see what the CPC is, how many search volume as a phrase. What else? I check automated appraisal tools just to check them. I don't rely on them, never. I know what you think about automated appraisals, Abdulbasit. We covered this with our Turkish podcast with Koray. I just checked them. Like it takes like 30 seconds, to check them, just to see if there is anything I'm missing. Not for the look,
Mm.
not to look the the appraisal price.
Mm.
I check similar sales. I check Google Shopping results, Google Ad. What else? Shopping results, images, and then like other than that, it's like mostly coming from instinct. As
Mm.
since I'm doing domaining for like 15 years, like Abdul Basit, I can mostly tell if a domain is a good or not. That is
Mm.
instinct. I cannot
Mm.
describe how I like exactly. uh, I cannot describe exactly. It's coming from inside. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I think that is all. Probably there are some stuff. I'm checking. TechCrunch, Crunchbase, American trademark portal, European trademark portal. I check a lot of stuff, but in the end, it's like a lot of instinct included.
You say instinct, but it is knowledge and experience, I think.
Yeah, this is something you cannot express, you cannot describe, you cannot materialize, but this is just this is like being in love. You cannot describe it, but you are in love. When it comes to selecting domains, I can tell what is good and what is not, 95%, and that's because of the knowledge and experience.
And Abdulbasit, how do you choose? Same criterias or more and less?
A lot of same criterias, and very interesting to know his experience and the details he shared. I usually, since I have entered into full-time business, I have 92% of .com domains. So I fully focus on .com and would suggest the same to others also. Also, my portfolio is like Arif said, I also don't focus on the super brandable domains, which are completely made up domains that are like a hit or miss type. You never know if you will even sell it or not. So my main criteria is to buy domains which has the potential of upgrading. Like let's say I have bapartners.com. Let's take an example. I don't have this one. I'm just saying. So there are many companies who will have which will make their initials BA, and they will want to like they will have what to say from B Bangladesh and A for America or anything with the two letters and partners. So they will have like Bangladesh America partners.com, something longer version. So I try to buy the shorter version and then try to sell to those companies who need to upgrade their domains. Or from the lower extensions other than .com, they have BA partners .net, .org, or any other extension. So I go for the better version, which is of course .com. So they want to upgrade it one day or the other. So this is my main criteria of buying domains. I always look for a domain which has already some existing companies who can buy in the future. I don't buy any trend domains which you never know will work or not. Or I also don't invest in .ai. Of course, it's doing well, but I didn't know at the start. So I don't want to jump into any other extensions like XYZ or .io or any other. My always focus is .com and then .net, .org. So like three of these extensions covers my like 97 to 98% of my portfolio. And I focus, I heavily use .db.com, where I check the number of extensions and the number of developed sites. Let's say if I have around 700 four-letter .com domains I own in the .com, and most of them have 10 plus registered extensions. And there are many four-letter available which it will be registered in 10 plus extensions, but most of them will not have any developed website. So I try not to buy any four-letter also which doesn't has any developed website. I want existing business to be there, so one day or someday quickly they show interest and buy my domain.
Okay, I understand, and this is interesting. Interesting fact.
But
You have
Abdulbasit, you're not
7,000.
buying trademarks, right? Sorry, Koray.
No, of course not.
I mean, you
I
because
have been involved in 6 UDRPs till now.
Six. Oh, okay. The interesting point. Then you work very hard to find these domains, and you do very search and
Yeah,
examination, I think.
yeah.
How many
This
domains?
takes a lot of time.
Lot of
Buying part takes a lot of time. Selling is more of like automation. You just
5
have to
minutes.
wait for the buyer to contact.
You have been or offer prices on your domains.
No, I'm using price request. So
Ah,
like they contact me to ask the price. So I then check the domain and then quote the price.
how do you
uh,
price your domains?
yes, this is the
Sorry?
question I want to
How
ask.
do you price your domains?
I have written a post about this one,
If it's
how
not a
to
secret.
evaluate domains. But yeah,
The
of course,
question,
it's not a secret, but
no, no,
mainly,
the,
like I told you,
sorry,
yeah,
can I add something real quick?
yeah.
So, actually, the question is, do you price your domains based on who the buyer is, or if you can, if you know, or if you can guess, or do you have some kind of, you don't have to tell, like, uh, let's say, I don't know, number of criterias, like, okay, this is whatever, and the price is this.
See, to be frank, I consider the who the buyer is, of course, but I don't give uh, too much weight on this factor, because if I will consider too much for that particular buyer and price it too high, for example, and if the deal doesn't go through, so every domain, if I will do this, I will keep all the domains with me and will never sell it. But yes, I still consider it, but little less. The more I consider is how many businesses are there, existing businesses, how much money this particular business make. Like let's say if it's like steel business, steel manufacturing business, so it's a big business. But something is like windows cleaning business, so I will not ask this in the same range. So it depends on the business, it depends on the number of existing companies, number of TLDs registered at .db, which matters to me a lot. Uh, because, and I don't consider one thing, not at all, my purchase price. I never price my domain based on the purchase price, because sometimes I get a good deal in 2010. If I've got the domain for $100, I cannot price it 10 times for all domains. So purchase price is irrelevant when I price my domains. Also, I don't give any value to CPC or the, let's say, CPC and search volume. Uh, I don't give this any value, because I think these factors are more relevant for those people who are buying SEO domains. For them, these kind of metrics are more valuable. But for me, when I'm buying upgrade domains, I don't see it's worthy for me.
Okay. In a month, how many domains do you buy? New
In
domains.
1 month, yeah, my average buying is 100.
100 in a month.
Yeah,
You are buying 1200 domains in a year, right?
yeah, yes.
How many sell in a month?
Um, yeah, when I was using afternic, I used afternic for like almost 5 years. So my um, last few months, it was like between 10 to 22, something like this.
In a
15
month.
to 20, you can say I was selling in a month.
Uh, that time your portfolio is becoming larger
Uh,
year by year,
more
I
than
think.
10,000, more than 10,000 domains. So I was selling 15 domains on an average
Uh,
monthly.
it is hard to your money. If you have $11,000 in 2026, you will be 12,000
12,000.
domains.
Yes, 12,000. Yes.
So do you ever
Correct.
drop domains, Abdulbasit?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. I used to drop domains until a few years back, but then I decided that it will be very difficult for me to check each and every domain when the renewal time comes, because I have like 1,000 around domains these days to every month to check and renew. So I decided a few years back, like let's say 4 years around that time before, that from now onwards I will check the domains which I need to drop. I will separate them, and from now onwards I will buy only those domains which I never want to drop. So now I just select the domains and renew it.
Okay.
So
Arif,
the 11,000 domains, you're not gonna drop any of them. Am I right?
Yeah, I have 2 or 3 domains in the drop folder.
it,
Okay. Okay,
it's
good.
Yeah.
it's hard to control money. Arif, do you buy domains regularly? Do you buy?
No.
No, you don't
No,
buy.
not regularly. I have like, I don't know, 70 domains or so. Uh, no, I don't because I don't think I can control my emotions enough to, buy domains. And that is not a good thing if you are investor.
Hmm.
I'm buying, but it's like I'm buying one or
Not
two,
regular.
or registering one or two domains, or buying from auctions like 1 or 2 months. I bought 10 domains like if 2 weeks ago, like some guy, he's selling like in bulk and selling quite cheap. So the answer is I'm buying domains, not regularly. I'm not domain investor. I'm doing domain investing, the investing part. I'm doing like a hobby. Like my job is doing brokerage. Uh, the second answer, I'm not buying because I cannot control my emotions enough.
Did you meet before? How many years did you know each other?
We worked together when I was, I mean, I maybe I sold some of his domains when I was in university. I'm not sure. I remember correctly, like 100%, I contacted with Abdulbasit to find out the asking price for whatever domain name it was. Not sure if I did
Mm.
sell, but look, after leaving Nokta and joining a registry or domain name sales, I found out that I was living uh, in a small. I found out there are like thousands of people successful in domains after I left Nokta and started with Uniregistry. I didn't know like lots of famous people.
Abdulbasit is famous.
Yeah, yeah, because man,
Eh,
he has like more than 10,000 domains, and if he can maintain that, he is successful. So I didn't know there are lots of successful people like Abdul Basit, like until I joined domain name sales. There are lots of people. They don't show themselves on X or domaining or conferences, but there are lots of people doing domains, buying and selling more than we can imagine.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Abdulbasit, you lived in Turkey before.
Yeah, I
Why
lived
did
in
you
Turkey
go? Yeah,
for.
and my hometown İzmir.
So why we didn't meet? I don't know. I was living in Izmir for 1 year.
1 year. I expected
Yeah.
longer. Why did you go from İzmir? We are a
We
Muslim country.
left. I came to Turkey with my family. We lived there for a little more than 1 year. 1 year in Izmir and a few months in Istanbul. But leaving, there were many reasons, but a couple of them were the major ones were the language issue. it
The
was
language.
it was really tough to deal, like communicate. Like you have to show every time Google Translate and communicate with people.
Didn't
People
you?
are really nice. We really sometimes we talk about Turkey, so we always talk that Turkish people are very nice. They always give full time. They try to make us understand. They're very friendly. But for us, living there was very difficult when we were trying to talk with anyone. And also the weather, the cold weather.
Cold weather,
It
İzmir.
is. For
I,
us, yeah. I'm
I,
basically from Pakistan. So
yeah, right. Yeah, it's a
So
long
it's
place. Yes.
not easy to live in Turkey. And
Uh,
right now
did,
I'm in Malaysia, so the weather here is
oh.
25 to 35 degree all year and raining.
Uh, didn't you learn Turkish language?
No, not at all.
It's your fault.
I know only few words. Besh, five.
Selamun aleyküm, aleyküm selam.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
common.
Yeah, that's not Turkish. Abdulbasit, you bought a house, right?
Yeah,
Did you sell
I
it?
bought. No, I will come to Turkey most probably in 2027 for selling.
Ah, okay.
Abdulbasit, we are making a Turkish programs in Domain Doktoru YouTube channel, and we have 165 subscribers, I think. Have you ever
Okay.
watched us, or could you
Uh,
watch us?
No, I'm
Because
not aware, but is it in English or Turkish language?
Turkish language.
Then I will not understand.
I want to share all of international, but we can in Turkish language we can talk much easier with Arif. We try to
Hmm.
growing domain business in Turkey. I don't
Hmm.
I don't know if it works or not.
Hmm. Yeah.
We'll
I
see. We'll
want
see. Maybe we're gonna put some English subtitles to those Turkish videos because what we talk is mostly fun. So I believe if people understand what we are talking, they're gonna like it.
one of your
Okay.
programs in domain industry in Turkish.
Hmm.
I want to
Okay.
ask a question to Abdulbasit. You said
Hmm.
you don't have .ai domains, right?
Yeah,
Why
correct.
don't you invest AI domains?
Uh, because I am into .com domains, so I never had any interest in any other extensions like especially the countries CCTLDs, whether it's IO, XYZ, or AI. And even if I want to invest now, it's like I believe now is not the right time to invest because the prices, wholesale prices are too high. So it's better to invest the same amount of money buying .com domains.
Did you miss any opportunities last years for AI domains?
Maybe I never even checked also. I am totally focused on .com. So whatever like money I have to invest in domains, I put the full amount in buying .com domains.
Okay. Arif, what do you think about AI domains? You sold blockchain, you bought blockchain.ai with our lovely Totti nickname.
Man,
Is it the
uh,
right time to buy or sell? or invest?
Well, it's probably still good time to invest, but I mean, you need to be way more careful than, .com and other extensions because the first is registration fees are quite high, comparing like most of the domains. Second, the extension uh, has some limitations. As far as I know, you can't use .ai domain name for porn and gambling. I guess not quite sure, but there are some limitations that I know. And the third is like competition is super high right now, and well, even wholesale prices are quite high, and return of investment might take some time. So if you're going to invest at AIs, you make sure that you have enough liquidity to maintain your portfolio. uh, I believe that the extension is not going anywhere. You know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's gonna stay with us for quite some time, like .io, but I believe it's gonna be like it's already number two TLD after .com, I guess. People are preferring .com first, and then second was .net like some time ago, but now it goes to .io, .ai, and I believe .ai is quite high. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be it's the more time goes, the more AI will have, like in domains, in real life, in internet, whatever. So I believe it's like 5 years ago, we didn't know that. Like lots of people didn't know that, but some people with vision, they bet on the extension. They put some cash on it, and now they are, harvesting the fruit. But still, I don't think in domains it's never too late. Well, if I was an investor, I would definitely got into that AI.
For future, which extensions will be more valuable? Do you have any expectations, Abdulbasit? Like AI.
Uh,
Could we
AI,
find
I
a
think
gem
will.
extension?
I will still not invest in this extension because my interest is towards .com, but it doesn't mean that this will not be a good long-term uh, successful TLD, CCTLD. I think it will flourish a lot more than this today's value. I think it will go even higher. Whoever is holding the good keywords in .ai extension, they will get more money in the future.
Arif, what do you think?
For future,
App or
of
bot?
course. But I believe there's one thing I was gonna ask like before to Abdul Basit. So I see a lot of good SLDs, but one word SLDs sell sell well, whatever the extension it is. Like if you can make a good match between the SLD and the TLD, those domains sell. Of course, not for millions, but like a decent 5 figures, 4 figures. What do you think about it?
Arif?
Yeah, I see a lot of people are selling and sharing, especially on NamePros and X, and I really like it. I always feel good and see their success. But like I told you, I'm like whatever money I have, as spare money to reinvest back into domains. I always think where I am good at. If I am good at .ai, I will go with that extension. If I'm good at .com, I will do investment in this extension. I did one test of numeric domains in .com. Of course, you will be aware of when this Chinese people invested a lot in this 5N and 6 digit numerics. So when everyone invested, I was late into this. So without any research or studying anything, I just invested and lost around $8,000. So after that, this was my, you can say,
Bad
the
experience.
biggest mistake and the amount of money I've lost. So I was always, after that, I am always focusing on those domains which I am having good knowledge and have good grip on buying that particular domain.
Okay.
That's that sounds like a bad experience. What I think about
Yeah,
what I think about that AI, that IO, that whatever is, or any specific trending keyword is, you gotta catch the trend before it goes like really trend, right? Like
Before
five
hype,
years
you say.
ago, yeah, 5 years ago, people bet on that AI. Like 7, 6, 7, 8 years ago, people bet on that IO.
yeah,
Also, like they bet on that GPT keyword, meta keyword, robot keyword, crypto keyword. So it's you gotta take the risk. You gotta have some kind of vision. I don't know how you have that, but it's
yeah,
kind of instinct, right? And also you got to bet. I mean, you don't know. I know lots of people. We know we have the like example of that movie, right? 20 years ago or so. Uh, Lots of people think that movie was gonna explode, but well, it
mm,
exploded, but not in a good way. So.
yeah,
Y- you got to catch the trend before it goes the trend, because like
yeah,
right now, yeah, AI is good, but buying a domain, buying a decent AI is quite expensive even for
yeah,
resale. So it is more risky than before. So I mean, I don't think the extension is going anywhere, but it's just too much money to invest as of now. Of
yeah,
course, you can still catch some, decent names, but yeah, you gotta be more careful. Right now, it's not, it's already trend, right? So uh, I don't know. I forgot what I'm gonna say, but the thing is, uh, in every kind of investing, you put some knowledge, you put some risk, more likely money, and you put bet on it. Some some
yeah,
some investments will go there and make money for you, and some you're gonna lose money. If in the end, if you are making money more than you are spending, you are doing right thing.
yeah.
I want to talk about marketplaces now. Abdulbasit, you were using afternic lenders and marketplace. In
Yeah.
a X post, you said that, and blog post, you said that I quit afternic lenders. Why did you do that?
Mainly, I wanted to try my own lender, not made by me, but some company which where I can communicate with the buyers directly,
It's coming from me.
and so that sorry,
Sorry,
I,
guys.
your voice?
can you hear me?
I
Uh,
can hear you.
okay, we
Yeah.
can hear you too.
So I was saying that I wanted to mainly handle the leads by myself, so I can know whom I am talking to, who is the buyer, so I can do my own research and communicate with them. Because and also another major reason was not to pay the commission 15% which I was paying them. These were the two main reasons. Also, Arif knows that when I was using Uniregistry, the domain name sales, so there was no commission, and we were like communicating with the buyers directly. And when the brokers were involved, of course, there was a commission at that time when the broker was striking the deal for us. But if I was talking to the buyers directly at Uniregistry, so there was no commission. So I had some experience selling domains direct to the buyers. So this time also, it was not something new for me to try it again. And I plan to continue using this way.
But now I think you make this using own lenders 2 or 3 months ago, I think. That's right.
No, not my own lenders. First, after leaving afternic, I tried ft.com
Yes, okay.
for 1 month, and it's been um, it's been now, let's say, 15 days, 15 or 20 days max. I have been using NamePros lender.
All right.
So it's more 1.5 month, less than 1.5 month.
Have you ever tried Spaceship or Dynodot lenders and marketplaces?
Not their lenders, mainly because I don't want to pay commission right now, because I think Dynadot is charging 10% for any successful sale happening through their lender, and Spaceship is charging 5%. 5% is reasonable. I don't have any like issue with the 5% thing, but the main thing is I don't want to pay any commission right now and want to try direct communication with the buyers.
What do you think about this subject, Arif? Marketplaces. Where do you keep your domains?
Like for some, I'm using my own lenders. For some, I'm using afternic, Spaceship, but I'm not probably the correct person to answer that since I'm not doing domain investing like as a full-time job. But what I think is afternic commissions are quite high. Like 15% is okay-ish, but 20, 25 is
30.
yeah, 30 is
Yeah.
absurdly high, man. I mean, I understand what they are trying to do. They are trying to, make people use their, name servers and, increase the potential through their network, premium network or DLS, whatever it's called. But 30% is just doesn't make sense to me, but it's just me, I'm not making I'm not making money from buying and selling, so it's hard to tell. But when you look outside, Spaceship sounds worth to try. Uh, for Cito, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know. Their performance has been decreasing for quite some time. But you know, you're paying a lot to Afternic, and for like at some point, until some point, it is worth because they're you know like all the GoDaddy brand is quite huge comparing the others, and like I would say a lot of sales coming through Afternic. That's mainly because the GoDaddy brands. Because people, when people see GoDaddy on the landing page or in the GoDaddy itself, they feel some kind of security and they uh, buy the domain name from through them. You see lots of X or tweets. People list the domains both Afternic and Spaceship or other marketplaces, and they use
Yeah.
other marketplaces name servers, but lots of people tend to pay more and buy the domain from GoDaddy. That's because of the how strong their brand is. But again, like 20% might be acceptable, but other than 20, that is a lot of money, man. It's like you're selling a domain for 100K. Maybe that's the money of your life. Maybe you're gonna go buy a house or car or whatever, and you're paying 20K to the marketplace. That is just too much. But I mean, this is their way. I can't say more than that. The question is, how is this using own lenders going for you, Abdulbasit? And another question is 1 month enough to test any marketplace or any lenders? You said 1 month for
Uh,
FT.
Yes,
I'm
that's a
asking this.
good
yeah.
question.
Yeah. Before I answer these two questions, let me add one thing about the marketplace. Um, I have left Afternic but my overall experience using afternic was very good. I don't have any major complaints. Small things, of course, is these issues are coming up, small glitches and like that. But overall, I had a very good experience, and I tell my both sons, as you know, my both sons are also into domain investing for more than 1 year right now. So I have suggested them, and they are using afternic. I suggest every new person to list their domains at afternic because, like Arif said, they have a very good brand recognition worldwide. So even if you have your domain listed at a Spaceship or any other lender with a lower price, but people will buy through godaddy.com and pay more price. I have experienced this myself. Arif also knows. We understand this thing. The value and the name of the godaddy. So I myself have told my sons to still use afternic. But I personally think for my portfolio, it's the time to move on because I have 11,000 plus domains. So it's good enough numbers for me to manage and make sales by myself. This is what I believe. And coming to your questions, I personally think giving good enough time. I always like to give enough time. Like when I tried Afternic, I wrote even on my blog that I will give 6 months to Afternic Lander and see how it goes. But that was completely different thing than FT because at Afternic, I am not managing or know anything what is going on with the leads. So I am totally in the dark and the brokers are dealing. So I think that giving more time to Afternic was more reasonable. But at FT, I know how many leads are coming, how many are genuine, how many are spam. So I I can decide it more early. And after using it for 1 month and trying their all features, I thought that I already wanted to try NamePros and FT both,
Okay.
and then decide which one to continue. So the support is really nice at FT. No complaints and no doubt. They are very good. They have good features. And the same case is with the NamePros. They have a very good team and their support is very nice. They are always willing to help and bring in new things, whatever the any request is like important for the lender and for the domain sellers. So comparing to these two, personally, I like NamePros Lender more, and I am using WhatsApp icon and email icon on the lander. So I am getting genuine inquiries through email also and WhatsApp also, which is a very interesting thing. And we can like through WhatsApp, I can like communicate more quickly.
Yeah,
Please,
that's
So
what.
it is good so far.
Yeah, that's what I use for our lenders at Secret Brokerage. It's not for everyone. It's for like quite small audience, but I believe if you are
Yeah.
using your own lenders, you better have
Mhm.
WhatsApp and Telegram link in your lender.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with
Yeah.
if you're dealing the inquiries by yourself, you better have like quick chat options because
Yeah. Yeah.
like I didn't measure it. I don't have enough data for that, but if there is a statistic about this, I believe making a sale through WhatsApp or Telegram for domains, the chances are higher than doing it through email because it's very quick, you know. People,
Yes.
person asks the price, you say whatever the price you want, you make a quick negotiation and you send them a checkout link. That is
Yes.
quick. You can do this via email. So if you are dealing with your own lenders, yeah, WhatsApp, Telegram, maybe WeChat if you're dealing with Chinese guys, are good. I'm gonna ask one more question,
Yeah.
Koray, to Abdulbasit. How many kids you have? I heard, and you also probably wrote in your blog that you're teaching them domains and domain investing. How is
he
that
he
going?
his dad make Abdulbasit domainer, and Abdulbasit make his sons domainers.
That is a quite visionary
Family
man.
business.
Abdulbasit, your dad, I don't know if he is alive or not, but he is a visionary man.
Very visionary.
Yeah. He is alive and he is living in Pakistan right now.
Does he know
I
what you're doing with domains?
Sorry.
Does he know that you're making money from domains and stuff? Do you talk with him about
Yeah,
domains?
yeah,
Like do you show him
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey dad, I bought this, I acquired this month. What do you think about this? Do you have these kind of conversations with him?
The
No, not really. He just pushed me into domain investing, but he never did domain investing by himself. He never
oh
uh, he never did by himself. He has sold 2 or 3 domains, uh, but his portfolio is mainly for like developing websites for himself, not to sell domains.
Okay.
And yeah, your question,
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
2 sons and 1 daughter, and both my sons are into domain investing for
How
more
old are
than like around
how
two
old are
years,
they?
14 and 15.
Oh, nice.
So are they buying domain name for your portfolio, or are they building a
Their own.
portfolio for
No,
themselves?
no, not for me at all. I have been guiding them, teaching them, and they are buying for themselves. Both of them have like together they have around 1,000 domains.
Oh,
Did they sell
1,000.
anything?
Uh, they have sold, each of them have sold more than 10.
Okay, pretty impressive.
Do
Yeah.
do they buy AI domains?
No, only .com, and like they have a set budget. They cannot exceed their budget. They
Okay.
have to buy within their limits, and they're like all the marketplaces they focus like mainly godaddy closeouts. So the average purchase price is less. So they are buying the average quality of domains, so they can sell it quickly, and they price it also less. If I will buy the same domain, I will price it more. So I
Ah,
tell them you price it lower so
okay.
that you can sell, make money, and reinvest. This is the time to sell more domains and make more money and reinvest back.
Maybe you can buy domains from your kids.
That will be expensive for me.
No, because you said they're pricing it, they are pricing them, lower than what you would price. So maybe you can buy a domain from them for
Let,
$500 and then list for 5K.
no, let's say they are buying a domain for $50. Just an example I'm giving because they are buying from closeouts. So 40 or $50 per domain, and then they are pricing it in like 950, 1250, around that range.
Okay.
So for me, it's not worth it. If I would, my starting selling price is 2988. So if I would buy, I will keep it 2988.
Okay.
There is no age in domain business.
Yeah.
We are at December and New Year is coming. What do you expect? And last question. What do you expect from 2026 for works, domain businesses?
Yes, Mr. Arif.
Your first.
Oh, okay. Uh, I don't know. I believe, like, with a quick thought, I believe we're gonna see, man, what I know and realize for 15 years is crap domains are getting crappier. Like you could sell crap domains like 10 years ago for, I don't know, $1,000 or $1,500, right? But this time you cannot. What I know is we are gonna see less crap domains selling, and we are gonna see higher prices for like premium .coms, .ais, and .ios. They're gonna go up. Uh, but for next year, uh, we might have some economic problems worldwide. So if that happens, the sales go down. I don't know. I mean, I can tell. I'm not. I'm just. I'm just, reading some stuff, evaluating by myself, and seeing a potential of economic problems. But other than that, we're going to see lots of AI sales, like super high prices. We're going to see lots of dot coms. Premiums go up, crap domains go
Mm.
down. Maybe we can see another extension going uptrend. I don't know what it's gonna be, but maybe that now, that bot, or that whatever. Uh, I don't know. I don't have, like, last year I gave a written interview to DN Journal about the expectations from this year, and
Mm.
I told we are gonna see, like, AI going super up. I told we are gonna see new marketplaces. This year we have Spaceship, we have Nameshift, we have Dynodot Marketplace, we have
Mm.
GoDaddy's premium marketplace. We've seen, like, super high AI sales. I didn't think about I didn't think about what's going to be in next year, but I don't expect anything spectacular like last year. I think you're gonna be more stable. Uh, that's it. I don't have super high expectations from 2026.
Me
What
same.
about
What do you think, Abdulbasit, for 2026?
I agree with Arif about the .ai and .com super keyword domains. They will definitely go up uh, for these, especially these two extensions. But like for crap domains, they they will not sell, of course. But on a personal note, I see for my portfolio, I'm not totally sure because I have changed the lander. So I don't know what is exactly going to happen. But I am very much confident because I have good enough number of domains and quality of domains. So, and for the last 2 years, it's been, I would say, record breaking years for me in terms of total amount of sales I have made in the last 2 years. So I expect 2026 to be another record breaking year for my portfolio.
I wish so for you, man. That's good.
Thank you so much.
Guys, I am honored to make this conversation with both of you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me.
We can talk with Arif weekly. If Abdulbasit have time, we can do regularly this program.
Sure, you can let me know.
Okay.
It depends if we all are available at the same day, same time, so we can
Maybe,
definitely
like,
connect.
for the next ones, we can make it shorter because, like, in
Yes,
this
yes.
one,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
get in.
this one was
Um,
first time new, so we have to share so much of detail. But next time, of course, we will keep it short. Like one session is good enough.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
What we mostly do is, like, checking the pros domaining.com and see, what's interesting.
Yeah,
Uh, and then if we can find specific topic, we discuss on that.
yeah,
You know, uh, like, most of it, we are doing it for fun, and we are having fun by doing it. So, uh, I mean, if you get bored, you don't have to do that. But if you want to do this, like, 30 minutes in every Saturday,
yeah.
or whenever you are available, we would like to do that.
Sure, that would be nice.
Good.
Uh,
Okay, okay.
with
Thank you.
thank you very much, Abdulbasit. Thank you very much, Arif. Both of you.
We'll see you around, guys.
That was a pleasure for me.
Yeah.
For
See you
me
later.
too.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.